Happy New Year, bro.
Happy New Year to you, man. Jeez.
Hey, how's your New Year?
It was straight. New year, new set of goals. You know, it's been a great NFL season.
Yeah.
It's coming to an end with the playoffs. The road to Atlanta, Arthur Stadium. Arthur Blank Stadium, home of the Atlanta United champions. The only champions that's gonna be in there for a long time.
For a good while.
Yeah, my Falcons need to get it together. So, yeah. So, got these playoffs coming up. It was a great season for a lot of folks too.
It's a great season. We put together some top fives for each position.
Yeah, some good top fives, man.
So start with that.
Yeah.
Start with quarterbacks, and then we'll get into our playoff predictions.
Yeah, man.
Towards the end.
The quarterback, the quintessential, most important position in football.
So they say. I guess I'll go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll start my top five.
Go ahead and pop it off. You got any honorable mentions before you get started, though?
Probably. It was hard. I left Phillip Rivers off. He's my honorable mention.
Yeah, I left Phillip off too, unfortunately. But I do think this is one of the years he does.
Yeah.
Get over the hump.
I do too. I hope this has to be the year.
Yeah.
At number 5, I got Deshaun Watson.
Solid.
That's my guy.
Yeah, from Georgia.
Young guy from Gainesville. He just to do what he did with the line he had this year.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And to have only one reliable receiver because all his other ones were hurt. No tight end. It speaks to how good he is.
Okay, middle of the pack kind of running game too as well.
Yeah.
Even though Lamar Miller and Alfred Blue are very credible running backs.
Yeah.
In themselves. Yeah.
I go with Andrew Luck at number 4, coming off the shoulder injury. He came back better.
Yeah, he really showed how valuable he is too.
His line is the best line in the league. It's just up and up for him. Like he's probably gonna start being the player that he was drafted to be at number 1. So
and it's crazy too how trash his offensive line was just 2 years ago.
Like they was last.
Yeah, they were dead last this year.
Sacks and everything. So that's crazy.
Yeah, both sides. The Colts are really one of the most improved teams this year. I'm really happy for the Colts. They
most complete teams too.
Yeah, they put together on both sides of the ball. They did an excellent job.
Yeah. At number 3, I'm gonna go with Sierra's husband, Russell Wilson.
Mr. Russell,
that guy.
The man you want to bring home to mama.
That's true. He's a good guy on and off the field. Like he improves every year. His first couple of years, he was that guy who no one could keep in the pocket. He'll break a defense down. Now he's doing it with his arm. He's leading a young team. I feel like he's gonna go pretty far in the playoffs too.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
At number 2, it was tough to put him at number 2 because I know he's gonna be the future. Like he's already arrived. I'm gonna go with Patrick Mahomes at number 2.
Solid pick.
I had to put him at 2, even though this is his year. Because you don't just come out and throw 50 touchdowns. You got to be real special.
Right, and you got to be ready.
And yeah, he was ready. He doesn't get rattled. He has a great offensive mind and Andy Reid. So that's gonna be good for him.
Surrounded by offensive weapons.
Yep. Hill.
Doesn't matter who's in his backfield.
Yep.
But Hill and Kelsey, one of the better people, one of the premier people at their positions.
Yep.
Solid offensive line.
Yep. And I had to go Drew Brees at number 1.
Oh.
I had to go Drew Brees at number 1, man. I haven't seen anything to let me say that he gonna be sorry moving forward. The man hadn't missed a step. It's crazy. It's crazy how good he is, and he's like 40 years old.
Exactly.
There's an old man out there.
Do you think he's gonna retire within these next 2 years, or what do you think they're gonna
Honestly, this is a hot take. Honestly, if he wins the ring this year, I think Drew Brees retires after the year.
I would not be, as a Falcons fan, I would not be opposed to him retiring at all. But that wouldn't surprise me either. That's great. And for him to do it in Atlanta,
Yep. In Atlanta,
in Atlanta, where he's made where he's made his money.
Yeah.
That's very insightful. I wouldn't be opposed to it either.
It's my top 5 for quarterbacks.
That's a solid 5. Now, the only difference in my list is my number 5.
Your number 5.
Different order, but my the only people you had Watson, I have Aaron Rodgers at number 5.
All right.
I do think Aaron Rodgers is taking a step back.
Yeah.
And personally too as well, I think he took a step back too as well. I'll never really question a man's character who I don't know personally.
Yeah.
So with with Aaron Rodgers, you don't know all the stuff that's going on off the field. You've heard a lot of negative things with him getting rid of Mike McCarthy. Just a lot of weird things going on with Aaron Rodgers. So it was a lot of issues surrounding Aaron Rodgers this year. The running game came along too late. Aaron Jones came around a little too late. But Devontae Adams had a great year.
Yeah.
He's just trying to find what made Aaron Rodgers great. To begin with, when he won that ring, when he bought Green Bay that Super Bowl. So
I think he got to get fully healthy. They got to get some more help around the line, and they just got to get back to letting Aaron Rodgers be the gunslinger he is.
Yeah.
Like Aaron Rodgers is a beast. I just left him off my list because I don't know if he can hold up.
Yeah, and it's a knee injury too, and he injured it again.
Yeah, he's concussed.
And he got his ass knocked out too. So, so that's tough. That's tough.
He's a great quarterback though.
Yeah, same thing with Tom Brady. Even though how old is Tom?
41.
40 something, and kind of took a small step back this year. I think too because Rob Gronkowski was not a good tight end at all this year. That's why he took a step back. They thought they didn't need Brandon Cooks this year. They definitely needed Brandon Cooks.
They need Josh Gordon.
Yeah,
even though doing everything.
Even though through all the ups and downs, they still 12-4.
Yes.
Got the first round bye.
Yeah, second seed
through it all. That's Bill Belichick's genius right there.
Yeah.
I tell you. So
defense is balling at the right time. So
yeah. That's no disrespect to Tom Brady. He's a champion. Everybody strives to be a champion.
Yep.
But just not top 5. Russell Wilson was my 4. I love the way he came on during late in the season when that's the most important time to win. Yeah. They're on a little hot streak right now. It will come to an end in the playoffs, but not as early as everybody thinks it is. Number 3 is Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck really showed how much of a valuable player he is. Just like I said, the Colts in general they're not. It's not surprising, but it's more so. I'm happy for them.
Yeah.
Because they look like crap.
They
just
were
a couple of years ago.
A laughing stock.
Exactly.
A couple of years back.
And even though Jacoby Brissett is one of the better backup quarterbacks in the league, it's just he's not the answer. It's always been Andrew Luck. You know.
Andrew Luck is the guy.
Andrew Luck, T.Y. Hilton, Quentin Nelson, Costanzo.
Mac, he's back there running, doing his job.
Just that offensive line, their draft class this year just was everything about the Colts this year. They started off 1-5, but they were still able to make it to the playoffs. That's amazing. So I'm really happy for the Colts. So that's why I have Andrew Luck at number 3. Number 2, I got Drew Brees. I got Drew Brees, and like you said, that is a hot take. If he does win the Super Bowl this year, what more left does he have to prove?
He already
proved it.
And he got 2 records.
He brought life into a city that was so down.
Yep.
And like I said, all you can do is, even though I'm a Falcons fan, you can be happy for the situation. You know.
Yeah, he just respected. I respect it. I'm a Panthers fan, but I gotta respect.
I don't hate the player. You gotta hate the game. You know. They were very fortunate they got matchups in that year. Had a lot of great players on that squad, and they did what they had to do. And he brought life into that city, which is more power to New Orleans. Falcons need to take some of that ingenuity and put it in their organization themselves.
I ain't got no comment on that.
So it is what it is. Respect to Drew Brees, and Drew Brees had an MVP caliber season too as well. I kind of want him to win MVP so they can lose in the Super Bowl, but that's neither here nor there. That's just my personal take. But and number one, the past, the present, and the future is Patrick Mahomes.
That's true.
You're going to have quarterbacks. Quarterback play is going to change because of him too.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to start looking at more baseball players who got gunslingers of the arm.
Yeah.
You see it with Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, Baker's a good quarterback.
You had a guy like a Michael Vick who was kind of ahead of his time, where the offense was still traditional for just drop back, step up into the pocket kind of quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, offenses are made for your quarterback to be mobile, to make space, make throws on the run, just all that kind of stuff. And all these quarterbacks we listed, they can do that. They can make
every one of them.
Yeah, even though Drew Brees is older, a little bit slower than the guys on our list, he can still make those kind of throws. Yeah. And the height really don't at this point really don't
matter at all.
It don't matter at this point in the NFL.
We got two players on our damn near three.
Yeah,
it's like 6 foot and
under.
Yeah,
because if you sneeze on a quarterback, you getting a flag. So I mean, it's a quarterback protected league. So
you getting a flag.
The quarterback position is definitely changing. Even though the quarterback position is important, it's important to still run that rock.
Yeah, it's important to run that rock. You gotta run the rock.
And you're running
especially if you got a lead and you want to keep it. Yeah. You know, just run the ball.
Yeah, when you don't want to lose a 28-3 lead, you know, you make it do what it do. So.
Got to comment on that. For my running backs, I had McCaffrey. That was my honorable mention.
Your honorable mention? Who did I have for my honorable mention at running back this year? Respect to Mac and respect to Frank Gore. Frank Gore is a Hall of Famer.
Oh, without a question.
Frank Gore is a Hall of Famer.
He ain't got to win the playoff. He ain't got to do nothing else.
Frank Gore has he won a Super Bowl? Nah.
No, he almost, that year that the 49ers went.
Lost to the Ravens. Yeah.
That was it, but Frank Gore is...
Yeah, because he ain't winning one with the Dolphins.
Nah.
Yeah, Frank Gore is he a first ballot Hall of Famer, or is he...
I think he's first ballot.
Gonna take some time for him to get in.
It might not be first ballot because he don't have that much playoff success, but
yards,
he getting in. He got yards, touchdowns. He got everything that you need to get into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer to me too. Yeah. And Miami boys don't play no games.
Nah,
definitely. So
yeah, Le'Veon Bell at number 5. Even though he ain't play all year, the man's still a beast. I would have had him higher if he played, because I'm pretty sure he would have did what he been doing.
He would have did what James Conner did.
Yeah. Times 2.
Yeah.
Times the catching. Times the blocking. Everything that you need in a running back is Bell. And number 4 is Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, okay.
I wouldn't disrespect my guy like that. Nah, Alvin Kamara is a beast. He does everything. Like, people, they try to label these running backs because they're a little shorter, but him and McCaffrey are like 220 pounds solid.
Yeah.
Like solid,
yeah.
Like running through the top
and
catching.
McCaffrey put on some weight since Stanford days. Definitely, because I watched him all the time when he was at Stanford.
Definitely. Both of those guys have proved all these GMs and scouts wrong. So, respect to both. At number 3, I got Ezekiel Elliott.
Zeke.
I got Elliott. I couldn't give him number 1 because I don't see the catching from Ezekiel Elliott.
Nah.
Like that's the only running back I got on this list that doesn't like catch the ball out of the backfield as much as Ezekiel Elliott. But in terms of just running that thing, like handing it off to him or tossing it to him.
Number 1 in yards this year.
Beast. Rushing leader. So I gotta give some respect to
with only 15 games too.
Exactly.
And Dak Prescott as your quarterback.
And number 2, pains me to put him at number 2. This is my guy. I got Todd Gurley at number 2. I had to give him number 2 because he's missing games, knee injury. I want to see if he can, give me a whole season and just be that $80 million man that he is.
It's hard because he's a run between the tackles, but he can run outside.
And he catches the damn ball so well.
Exactly. And McVay is so creative with how he uses every single offensive piece from his wide receivers to his tight end to his line being in the right spot, zone blocking, being able to just block straight up, his quarterback golf. Todd Gurley, you know, it's interesting because golf was going to be. I don't know. You got to give people time before you just label them a bust. I don't believe in calling somebody a bust after 1 year. You got to give them time.
That's true.
So I wasn't labeling golf as a bust yet. It just needed to manifest itself, and it did.
I mean, he had Jeff Fisher, probably one of the worst.
Hell, anybody be a bust under Jeff Fisher.
That's true.
One of the most overrated coaches of all time.
All time.
If anybody's giving him credit, Mr.
I don't think nobody giving him credit.
Mr. 9-7 himself.
Not at this point.
Yeah, not at this point. He ruined Vince Young's career. That's another conversation.
Yeah. And number one.
Numero uno.
Already, Saquon Barkley.
I mean, I drafted him as my number one running back.
At number one, I think Saquon, like I was telling you a few days ago, 1,500 and 1,500. He might be the first one with 3,000 yards altogether.
That's going to be a tough task, though.
1,500, 1,500. Just think about how they're using them now.
I think it would have to be a season where they're bad for him to get 1,500 and 1,500, but because it'd be hard for him to get that in a season where they're winning and they're paying attention to him. That would be the only difficult thing I would see. But Barkley's talent is out of this world, man.
But if you think about it, you gotta look at it like how they're gonna look once they get a better line, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna address that in the draft.
Yeah.
Once they get a better line, you still gotta pay attention to number 13 out there, cause
hopefully he don't get hurt either.
Yeah, you gotta pay attention to 13. You gotta pay attention to OBJ, Shepard, Evan
Ingram.
You just gotta pay attention. You can't plan like you can't do how you do with the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And you plan for Zeke.
Right.
And you want Dak to like kill you.
Yeah. Let Dak beat you versus Zeke beat you.
Yeah. But in New York, no.
Nah.
All they gotta do is get a line.
And it's over.
With. They're gonna be probably in the NFC East championship game. He's the best college coach ever.
Yeah. Hands down. Actually, he don't even have to win on Monday.
No.
He doesn't even have to win this national championship game for me to consider him the best. He's one of the greatest coaches of all time. We're in the era of the two greatest coaches of all time. I think Bill Belichick and Nick Saban are the two greatest coaches of all time.
That's true.
I'm not even a Patriots fan. I hate Alabama and I hate the Patriots, but
yeah. You gotta respect.
Like I said, don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah.
And they've played the game well. So
that's true.
Yeah. Barkley at 1, I'm not opposed. But after I like I said, I shot in the dark and I drafted him 3rd. I had the 3rd pick and I said, fuck it, I'm going with Barkley this year because I believed in him that much. Like, he's I wouldn't say a once in a lifetime player, but he close to it.
I think he is.
He's close to it.
He's definitely. Imagine Marshall Faulk, but you got power like Jim Brown or Walter Payton. Like he moved like I've never seen a running back move like that.
And then he got them strong legs too.
Like he elusive. Like it's not like he just I'm gonna just get the ball and run over you.
Right.
No, he
boom boom.
He juking, he's stiff arming, he jumping over you, he got everything.
Let me give you my 5. I had Barkley at number 5 just because he's a rookie. For the sole purpose. I want to see what he's gonna do in year 2.
Yeah.
I kind of am comparing Barkley with Luka Doncic, which is kind of like, I know it's football versus basketball, but they're having such a great rookie year. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, so if they have a bad sophomore year, it's like, oh, he was trash.
That's true.
It hits a kind of wall, but I'm gonna be patient with him because I like both players so much too. Even though I didn't like Luka, I was about to call him Duka. Luka coming into the season, he's shown that he's a great player, but we're on football right now. But Barkley did an excellent job this year. He's definitely a top back, and like I said, I paid my respects to Mr. Gore this year because he's 34 in this league, still doing it. He done seen everything come and go, so respect to Mr. Frank Gore. I got Christian McCaffrey at 4. because he was Mr. Swiss Army Knife, do it all
Oh
this year.
man, he did everything.
And with Cam being hurt,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm thoroughly convinced Cam has been hurt since week 4. McCaffrey just did it all, and he was virtually doing it by himself.
That's true.
As much as I liked DJ Moore coming out of Maryland, I was so glad y'all drafted him.
He's pretty good.
Oh yeah, he was pretty good. I didn't want DJ Moore. I wanted Calvin Ridley, and I think vice versa with both the teams. I think they're where they need to be. I got Alvin Kamara at number 3. Damn, you could think I'm a Saints fan. I got all these players I'm paying respects to. But Alvin Kamara is just that guy. I hope Melvin Ingram does come back, because in this league you need a 1-2 punch. You need 2 running backs.
Gotta have 2.
Number 2, I got Zeke, Mr. Ezekiel Elliott. With Dak at quarterback, you just have to be a great running back.
You do. You are the team. Zeke is the team.
Yeah, I mean, I got a tiny bit of respect for Dak, because at the end of the day, you still have to throw the ball to Amari Cooper, but it's Zeke. Zeke is the face of the Cowboys.
Zeke is the Cowboys.
Zeke, I would go as far to say Dak not even in the top 5 best Cowboys on the team.
No.
I'd probably go Zeke, Jalen Smith, Leighton Vander Bosch, Amari Cooper,
Byron Jones, DeMarcus Lawrence,
Randy Gregory.
I'd probably put Randy.
Shoot, I wouldn't even put him in the top 5.
Zach Martin. Dang, that was top 10.
When Travis Frederick come back from injury, he gonna be better than Zach. Dak.
Horrible.
Dang.
That's horrible.
But I got Zeke at my number 2, and then number 1 I got Todd Gurley, cause he came out the gates running, trying to win MVP at running back.
Like, I didn't want to leave him at number 2. Like, Todd is a beast.
Yeah, Todd been a beast, man.
He's been a beast since he came to the UGA, man.
And another person I have to give a honorable mention to is that Cleveland backfield with Nick Chubb.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are paying attention to what Baker Mayfield did, but Nick Chubb did his thing this year.
Yep.
But we on the WRs. We on the wide receivers.
All right.
So who you got?
Let's see. Number 5, I got. What I do my honorable mentions. Adams, Devontae Adams was in my honorable mentions.
Oh, he had a great season.
AB was in my honorable mentions. He didn't crack my top 5, even though I know he gonna. In terms of production and like catches, AB is always gonna be in the top of that, as long as he is AB.
Yeah, he's difficult to cover.
He's difficult to cover, and he's just difficult to deal with, apparently.
Yeah, the Ravens and the Browns did a good job covering him this year with Denzel Ward, Jimmy Smith.
Yeah.
They did a great job this year with him.
Like, anybody who demands a double team, they'll always get respect from me.
Right.
So, at number 5, I had Keenan Allen, because I feel like they got at least 3 good receivers, but Keenan Allen is the alpha. Like, he's the one that's gonna get double teamed. He's a red zone nightmare.
Exactly.
And he's just a beast. Him and Phillip Rivers, they just got a connection.
That's excellent. Mm-hmm.
And number 4, which is surprising. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be surprising to Allen. I got Tyreek Hill, and he a beast. Like, the way that he's able to like get off his route, it's amazing. And so he's already super fast, and now he's able to like use his hands, and you can't jam him anymore. So he's hard to cover. Like, I haven't seen anybody cover him all year. Like, Ramsey said he could, but he needed all the help in the world, and still
still had a difficult time.
Yeah, it's tough guarding him.
And when we talk about 40 times straight up, if he would have went to the combine, I think he would beat Chris Johnson's record.
Yeah, I do too. I haven't seen anybody in the league as fast as him. Mm-hmm. Every time you turn on the television screen, like once or twice, like probably 4 or 5 times a game, you see him streaking down the field.
Right.
And Mahomes like lighting it up, like
he had me
throwing it down there.
He had me convinced in that preseason game when Patrick Mahomes hit him in stride.
In stride. Like that's gonna be a deadly 1-2 combination.
Exactly.
I just pray that nothing happens with Tyreek. I hope all the domestic violence stuff is done.
I hope he's
learned his lesson. Yeah.
So I don't want to hold nobody's past to him that I don't personally know. It's difficult, like I said, to make judgments and stuff like that on people you don't know. So
I think he'll be fine.
Yeah.
At number three, I had Michael Thomas. It was tough. My top three was tough.
Mm-hmm. And Michael Thomas made All Pro this year too.
All Pro.
Number 1, first team.
Like All Pro. So, and before the season started, he was in my top 7, but he made the jump. Like this guy has single-handedly, he's the wide receiving core for the Saints. Yeah. Single-handedly, like that's amazing. And he's still able to catch all the passes that come towards him.
What do you think him and Dez Bryant would have done together?
That would have been
that's a solid what if.
That's a solid what if because I didn't know what Dez was bringing back to the table. But I feel like Dez could have been a number 2.
So if the Saints win a ring, does he win a championship?
Dez, I think he's still on the roster, yeah. Oh, that'd be... If I was Dez, I'd be like, yeah, Jerry.
That'll be an interesting story. On top of Drew Brees potentially retiring. I think that'd be an interesting story.
I'm rooting for Dez.
Yeah.
At number 2, I got Mr. No Drops himself.
0.
DeAndre Hopkins. Ever since we started doing fantasy, DeAndre Hopkins has been on my roster.
Some way found his
I don't know how.
But
I always pick him either second or third, and I don't know why people don't draft him, but y'all just keep going. Keep doing it. I will draft him every time he's available. Every single time.
I ain't drafting Odell this next year.
Because every game it gets me at least 7
catches.
7 points. 7 to like 10 points every game. Consistently.
Wasn't he the number 1 receiver this year for fantasy football?
Yeah.
Okay.
Beast. I think him and Hill was.
No. Thielen was for a little bit.
Thielen was because he had that streak where he had like 100 yards every.
Yeah, respect to Thielen too.
Yeah,
this year. He's on my honorable mention list this year.
And that number 1, he's probably been number 1 since Calvin Johnson retired. Well, in my eyes, he's been number 1.
Absolutely.
Since Calvin Johnson.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Julio was damn near number 1 when Calvin was here, but Calvin is Calvin.
Yeah.
It's Megatron.
Yeah.
Julio Jones is number 1. Until he slow down, and until teams stop double teaming, triple teaming him.
People swear he is slowing down. I don't see it.
I don't see it. The offense is just not getting the ball to him. Julio is in tip-top shape.
And Julio, although late in the season he had those 8 touchdowns, he still was having yards. He still was putting his team in the right position to make plays. That's the thing about football people don't understand. People were criticizing him so much about having 0 touchdowns for the longest. But to me, Julio was just putting his team in the right position, and they weren't making plays.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
He putting it on the tee for y'all. Y'all got to knock it out the park. That's a solid 5. I did seriously consider putting Thielen on my list. I had Odell in my 5 at the beginning of the season. He's not in my 5 anymore. He almost is falling out my 10, to be honest. As much as I love Odell.
I can't take him out my 10.
I can't yet.
Odell, damn near 5B. I just didn't put him in there because he's been hurt a lot.
Yeah, Thielen did excellent this year. I thought about putting him in on my list. But at 5, I put Mike Evans. Mike Evans had as crap as the Buccaneers season was, Mike Evans was the lonely bright spot.
That's true.
Deshaun Jackson was a bright spot for 3 weeks, the first 3 weeks.
When he had Fitzpatrick throwing the ball.
And that man, prime Deshaun Jackson, gives a Tyreek Hill a run for his money too. It's like Tyreek Hill is Deshaun Jackson, but a better route. He just does it a little bit better than Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah.
He's stronger than him, I'm convinced.
Deshaun got that record for like passes over 25 yards.
Yeah. Oh, Tyreek's gonna be that.
He probably get that in a couple of years.
He just does everything a little bit better than a prime Deshaun Jackson to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him a couple of years because this was his first.
He runs so dang fast,
yes.
man. Like, you don't never hear him like messing up his knee or anything. It's always his hamstring.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
he be running so fast. Like
yeah.
he run like he flying.
Like what happens with John Ross? I think John Ross almost tore his groin this year too in his hamstring because he running so fast.
Just run too fast.
I think he almost messed up his groin and hamstring when he was running at 40.
Yeah, he did. He only ran it once.
So, nah, that's interesting. So I got Mike Evans at at 5. 4, I had AB. Just because, like I said, similar to Aaron Rodgers, I'm not willing to demote him yet because when he was on, and he was killing it. He did well outside the division this year. I'm not sure. I didn't pay attention to a lot of Steelers games this year. I watched him when he dismantled the Falcons this year. But other than that, I didn't watch too many Steelers games. I paid attention a little bit because of Juju. And Juju too as well. Give my respect to Juju this year too. He had an excellent season. Yeah. Even with the unfortunate thing that happened in week 16.
And the fumble,
that
was tough.
Yeah, he still had a great season. And like I said, one player isn't just gonna cost you the season.
No.
One play can technically cost you the season, but there's other plays that could have been made throughout the season for you.
Throughout the whole game. Yeah.
Everything for you to that was a team effort for them not making the playoffs.
Yeah.
And like I said, they had their butts. They had stuck up their butt. They didn't want to pay bail. They thought they could do it without him, and they lost Connor when they needed him most. And Connor wasn't able to help AB.
That's what happens when you put so much emphasis on the quarterback and you don't hold him accountable.
Right.
You got a mess.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh is a mess.
Even though Ben Roethlisberger led the league in passing yards, it's not.
It didn't lead to nothing. They got the 4th best offense and the 8th best defense, and they sit at the house watching.
Right.
Like we are. So
exactly.
It don't matter.
So what do you think? How do you fix the Pittsburgh Steelers? What do you do?
I'm gonna say it like Dion. Ain't nobody care. Ain't nobody care.
Yeah. I trade Ben Roethlisberger.
I trade Ben.
I get rid of him. I start fresh because when you the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers, that's a lot.
They should have known something was up with Ben when he was coming on them drafting a quarterback in the 4th round.
Right.
If you lose out to a 4th round quarterback and you quote unquote a Hall of Famer, that's saying a lot about you.
Right.
So why would you even comment on it?
Exactly. Look, number 3 at my wide receivers, I got I changed it. I got Michael Thomas at number 3. I did have Julio at number 3, but I got Michael Thomas at number 3. When I look at the Saints, I tell you this all the time. I hate everybody on the Saints, but I can't just be a hater. I gotta be a congratulator sometimes. So I always have one person on the Saints that I just like and respect. When Marcus Colston retired, because that was my guy, Marcus Colston, I was like, okay, I gotta find a new Saints player, and Michael Thomas has been that guy for me, and it's just like catching, receiving, blocking down the field, intensity, the way he plays the game, approaches the game. He'll probably be the highest paid wide receiver. Although I feel Julio and DeAndre Hopkins should be, but that's just the way the market works.
Yeah.
So the Saints are gonna pay him because they'll have cap space.
Yeah.
When it comes around, because they're gonna have to pay him and Kamara.
Yeah, I pay both of them.
So I got Michael Thomas at 3. Number 2, I got Julio, just for the sole purpose, because my number one didn't drop. Number 1 didn't drop any passes. DeAndre Hopkins didn't drop any passes.
That's true.
That's crazy. Even though Julio led the league in yards, and as much as I love Julio's my favorite player in football right now. Probably one of my favorite Falcons, if not my favorite Falcon of all time. Him and Warrick Dunn are my 2 favorite Falcons of all time. I just love Julio so much, but DeAndre Hopkins just had a more effective year because his team is in the playoffs.
Yep.
And all of his number 2 receivers went down. Will Fuller, I was expecting a breakout year from. He unfortunately had an injury. Demaryius Thomas tore his Achilles, unfortunately. I was expecting a lot when he came from the Broncos. Who else is on that team? that TT, I think, or DD.
QT.
Yeah, QT.
Yeah.
He got hurt for a little bit, but he's playing now. They're gonna need him today against the Colts. So DeAndre at number 1. Who your 5 tight ends?
I had Evan Ingram at 5.
Mm-hmm.
Moving forward, Trey Burton, George Kittle, Zach Ertz, and Travis Kelce.
Gotcha. I had Jared Cook, Eric Ebron, George Little, Ertz, and then Travis Kelce. I think, yeah, I had that. Just happy for Eric Ebron.
Yeah.
Jared Cook, although Raiders had a shit season.
Come back soon with Delaney Walker. I didn't forget about you.
Oh yeah.
You know, he got hurt the first
That was
game.
Mariota's guy though.
Yeah.
That's why Mariota was terrible this year.
First game of the year, he was hurt, man. It was tough watching him go down, but get back. We waiting on you to get back.
Because the Titans are going to be really.
Let's move on to pass rushers. I made a change. Because something wasn't sitting right with me.
Someone sitting right in the soul.
Someone sitting right in the spirit. Pass rushers. At number 5, I got Mr. Watt himself.
JJ.
Honorable mention, Clowney. Fletcher Cox for sure.
Oh yeah.
He's a
dog, man. He's a straight up dog.
I love Fletcher Cox.
Yeah.
At number 4, I got Chandler Jones. Yeah. He's done it everywhere he's been. No matter the defense, the scheme that you're in, he finds a way to get to the quarterback and just, stop the run too.
Yeah, he's got the most sacks since he's came into the league too. Yeah. So that's a pretty, and like I said, his family is like
just super athletic freaks, man.
Just imagine Christmas.
Oh my God.
And they're all champions.
All of them.
Arthur, champ he won a championship with the Colts, didn't he? Ravens or the Colts?
I think it was Ravens.
And then Mr. John Jones, even though he's got a couple asterisks.
There ain't no asterisk.
He a champ.
He a killer.
He a murderer. And then Chandler.
Yeah.
Did Chandler win with the Patriots?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and they traded his ass next season.
Yeah, because he was doing something.
Yeah, he was hanging out with Rob Gronkowski. He must have forgot. He was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No comment.
At number 3, I got Von Miller.
Solid.
Man, he's just a beast. And number 2, I got that Mack truck, Khalil Mack. Thank you, John Gruden.
Only person to make All-Pro for 2 positions. That's crazy. That's nuts. That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous in itself. To think that you got All-Pro for 2 positions and it's it's hundreds of players out there.
And you still not good enough for John Gruden.
Yeah.
Just think about that. The year after the year after you win an All-Pro at 2 positions.
This is All-Pro now. This is not like Pro Bowl.
Nah, All-Pro. And somebody telling you, nah, we good love. Enjoy. We just gonna give you to the Bears, who already had a good defense.
Now they got a great.
The Bears, who already had a good defense.
Now they got a great defense.
The Bears, who had Leonard Floyd, Danny Trevathan.
Yep.
Akeem Hicks.
Yep.
Akeem Hicks.
Yep. And now they got Roquan and
Roquan Smith.
The Mack truck. Eddie Jackson back there balling.
Kyle Fuller.
They got their defense might be the best defense. Like they in the running. They definitely got top 5 defense.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's ridiculous.
John Gruden on something.
At number 1, unless you been under a rock.
Yeah. This ain't no question.
Or struck by some lightning and you just foolishness. Aaron Donald is the best defensive player I've seen since Warren Sapp, probably.
Oh, he better than Warren Sapp.
Yeah. But I'm saying since.
Yeah.
I would take him before I take Warren.
At D-tackle?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Warren Sapp was a beast.
Oh, nah. Hell no. I'm taking Aaron Donald. Fuck that. Nah. Over Warren Sapp, easy.
That's tough.
Easy. I'd take Aaron Donald over Warren Sapp any day.
That's tough.
9 times out of 10, on and off the 10 times out of 10.
Well, off the field, yeah.
10 times out of 10.
That's tough.
I'm taking Aaron Donald. On the field, I'm taking Aaron Donald too.
That's tough.
Because
I need to see more.
I think with getting off topic a little bit with that Buccaneers team, like because of the way Warren Sapp was personally, it was gonna be hard for him to, But you had Simeon Rice, Derrick Brooks, John Lynch, and Rondé Barber. All 4 of them need to be in the Hall of Fame. If not, they already are.
I don't think Rondé in there yet.
But he will be because he got 50 and 20. He's one of the few corners who got 50 and 20.
50 and 20 sacks.
Yeah, so
he'll definitely get in.
He was surrounded by greatness with Aaron Donald.
Lynch probably gonna get in this year. I think he.
He deserves to get in. Yeah. But with Donald, it's like everybody around him gets better. He makes everybody just like
I'm not. It's a great debate. Like that'll probably take us pulling up the stats and breaking down their impact.
Even
but
then,
Warren Sapp is a beast.
Yeah, he was.
Like Warren Sapp is a beast.
He was
man.
a beast.
Like you all, I can't even say. No, go back to the top 5. I can't do it. I can't do
man,
it.
He's a broke beast, I tell you. Number 5, I got that boy Hicks from the Bears. That man, Hicks. Like I say, it's important to have a star. Not even a star, but above average players at all 3 levels of the defense.
Yeah.
Your line, your backers, your secondary. Somebody has to be elite on all 3 levels to win a championship.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, because the Patriots do it with a bunch of good players, but
they're just above average players.
Slightly above.
Slightly.
But on all 3 levels, the Bears have it. The Rams don't got nobody at backer. But they got somebody in the secondary. They got somebody on the line. The Texans got it. They got JJ and Clowney. They got Whitney Merciless. Secondary, maybe Kareem Jackson. He's been in the league for 12 years. That's hard to do. Yeah. So I give it to him. Reed at safety. I take that back. Tyrann Mathieu in the secondary. My bad. What the hell am I talking about?
Don't you forget.
What the hell am I talking about? They do got somebody elite in the secondary.
They definitely got somebody really elite.
I done forgot about Tyrann Mathieu. I was like, who?
Forgot about the Honey Badger.
Yeah, I forgot about him. I don't know how I forgot about him. He in my top 5 safeties.
Don't you forget.
The Texans got an elite defense. Trying to think. The Ravens got it on the line. I know Suggs is getting older. They let Haloti out and go. They got C.J. Mosley, who's elite at linebacker.
They got 2 other tackles. I can't even think of their name, but they are ridiculous.
They solid. So, I got Hicks for the Bears at number 5. I got Ryan Kerrigan. No. I got Von Miller at 4.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have Ryan Kerrigan at 3 for the Redskins for pass rushing. And then 2 and 1.
Yeah, 2 and 1 should be.
Yeah, Mac and Aaron Donald. You can argue vice versa, but honestly, I just think Aaron Donald's the best defensive player in the league right now.
Hands down. Like, it's not even close. Mac was trying to compete with him.
Right.
But he was a little hurt this.
Yeah, he missed 2 or 3 games.
He still finished, like, top 3 in, like, sacks.
Man.
It's crazy, because, like, they the highest paid players.
Yeah.
And they both the best.
They both perform.
Yeah.
John Gruden, I ain't ever going to pay nobody no $100 million.
Except for yourself.
Yeah.
But
it's over the course of 10 years.
You don't even go out there and play football.
You talking about you $100 million coach. Fresh off of ESPN. Raiders just hiring everybody from TV.
Mike Mayock.
Come on, Mike. Now, albeit Mike Mayock is not a terrible draft expert, he ain't no Mel Kiper and Todd McShay.
He ain't no Todd McShay.
Who talk out the side of the neck, done sold their souls and taking money under the table.
He ain't no Todd McShay.
I mean, but you picking people off the TV nowadays? I guess. It ain't my team.
You know, we live in a social network kind of world.
You right. It ain't my team. It ain't my money. So it ain't my decision.
$100 million.
Yeah, they done lost their mind. But who'd you have for linebackers? That was interesting. I remember you mentioned something to me.
Yeah, I had kind of did mine probably a little different. I had Jalen Smith at number 5.
Mm-hmm. Solid
for the Cowboys. I feel like he's just a beast. Yeah, out.
That redemption too.
I'm just happy he was able to come back from that horrible injury. Yeah. He's just a beast. At number 4, I got Darius Leonard, All Pro Darius Leonard.
Mm-hmm.
He's a beast.
As he should be. 169 tackles.
169 tackles.
107. Like
107.
Yeah, round it up.
as a rookie.
Colts franchise record.
That's ridiculous. C.J. Mosley at number 3, super underrated. The guy has been performing since Alabama. He's just gotten better and better. Definitely a protege of Ray Lewis, but he's not the hard hitter that Ray Lewis is, but
nah, nobody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But in terms of
a man killer hitting.
in terms of covering everybody and like being in the middle of that offense, that defense, him and Suggs like leading that defense.
Mm-hmm.
He's great.
He's amazing.
He's great.
There's a reason they're the number 1 defense in football. So
that's true. 2-1. Depending on the day, it can probably switch. Because both of these guys are amazing. Right. I had Bobby Wagner at 2 and Kuechly at 1. Now, I'm biased, so.
I consider Bobby Wagner one of the better defensive players in the league. I have him on my top 5 just defensive players overall. Like, Bobby Wagner has a high football. That whole Legion of Boom had a very high IQ. When it came to just playing football. Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor, Richard Sherman, just everybody on that defense knew football.
That's true.
They're always in the right position, always made plays.
I definitely got Wagner and Kuechly in my top 5 for defensive players.
Oh, yeah.
Because Kuechly the man is like so crafty. Like, he be on defense calling out plays. He know what the offense is going to run.
Right.
And he already there. If he just didn't have so many concussions, it's hard to not have him in there.
Be a foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
He's got Davis and he's got Shaq playing by him. They have the potential to be the best linebacker core.
Defensive backs.
Yeah. Amazing. So that's interesting. My 5 linebackers at 5, it's changed a little bit. I got Deion Jones at 5.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the sole purpose that he's one of the better coverage linebackers. And you saw how well the Falcons played when he came back.
Yep.
I got Luke Kuechly at 4. Hold on. Yeah, I got Luke Kuechly at 4. Bobby Wagner at 3. Ryan Kerrigan at 2, and then Khalil Mack at number 1.
That's what's up.
I get confused with Von Miller because I see him play with his hand in the ground sometimes.
And sometimes he just be up.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a hybrid.
Right. Him and Bradley Chubb.
Yeah.
Von doesn't seem like he's going to slow down anytime soon. I hope not. Yeah. I think he keeps his body well conditioned, but he's already got his legacy. He won an MVP.
Defensive MVP in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so that's hard to come by in the quarterback league, but Peyton Manning couldn't throw the ball more than 15 yards. So
man,
that wasn't no question.
We already, if they would have gave that damn MVP trophy to Peyton Manning, I would have been upset.
I would have turned the TV off. So that was great. But let's get into these CBs, these corners. That All-Pro list kind of threw me for a loop just a tiny bit.
I changed one on mine.
Yeah, I mentioned him the other day.
Yeah, I got Gilmore at 5.
Gilmore?
Yeah, I had to change. That's the only thing I changed on my list.
Yeah, Gilmore was All-Pro this year, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's first team.
I told you, when Bill Belichick calls Robert Kraft and says, "Hey, you better pay this man."
Yeah,
he sees something, and like I said, he plays the Bills 2 times every year.
Yeah.
So he was like, go ahead and bring Gilmore over.
I gotta put Gilmore at 5.
That's solid.
At number 4, big play Slay. Darius Slay. Man just does his job.
Every day.
Not flashy. Out there in Detroit, he's a blue collar worker.
Yep. Po Detroit.
I had a little. I take that back. I did switch my list around a little bit.
What you got for me?
I put Ramsey at 3.
3? Okay.
At 3. He didn't have the season he didn't have. I won't say he didn't have a great season because he still did.
Right.
Like he backed up his play. His team just
was awful.
Was horrible. Like it made him look like a fool. But if you watching the games, you see they still not throwing the ball at his side, and he's still doing his job. So I can't knock him too much for that. And number 2, I got Casey Hayward. and he probably gonna be number one
next year.
Like, yeah, it's hard for me to put anybody over my number one, which is Patrick Peterson. The man has been consistent from the jump. My guy that made a Pro Bowl every year.
He made it as a kick returner too one year. Didn't he?
His first year. It's crazy. I can't put anybody over Patrick Peterson. I can't. I would be wrong to not respect my elders like that.
Your number one, I didn't even have him on the list. As much as I love Patrick Peterson, what he did, Mr. CB from CBU, LSU and Florida State CBU. But I got Mr. White from the Bills on my honorable mention. I just love him and Micah Hyde playing together. A nice safety corner combination. Big play Slay too. I got at number 4. I got Xavier Rhodes at number 3. Despite what the Vikings went through, you know who I forgot to give my props to the other day, whose name popped up, Danielle Hunter, the defensive end for the Vikings.
Oh, he's a beast.
That man is going to be a problem in the future.
He already a problem.
What went wrong for the Vikings this year?
Kirk Cousins.
God.
That's what happened when you overpay somebody.
You got one of the best receiving corps.
They should have kept Case.
Your running back, Dalvin Cook. You let Jerick McKinnon go. Kyle Rudolph, we're not even going to talk about him.
No, I don't know what happened to Kyle Rudolph. I'm pretty sure he's still good. We wouldn't know, though.
Right. I mean, he had captain, but he pissed me off this year. He was my fantasy tight end until week 6, and I had to drop him like a bad habit.
I had to drop Grunk, so.
I mean.
Well, I couldn't drop Grunk. He's one of those can't drop players.
Right. So, I forgot to give my respects to Danielle Hunter this year. I forgot.
He's a beast.
I don't know why I didn't think about him, but I mess with Hunter. Rhodes, even though like it was similar to Ramsey.
Probably was hurt too.
Wasn't the better year.
Both of them were hurt.
Right, but they're both intelligent players. Nobody gonna give them credit for their intelligence because Ramsey likes to talk.
He's outspoken, yeah.
So I mean, and then at number 2 I had Marshawn Lattimore. God, I hate the Saints, but damn, they got some good players.
They got a good defense, man. They got a young ass defense.
They got good all around.
Eli Apple and I'll be happy.
Right. Just throw the ball at Eli Apple. You're gonna win. Just ask Giants fans how they feel about Eli Apple.
Just get rid of Eli Apple.
But they play all around good football.
They do.
Offense, defense, special teams.
Sean Payton has them good. They're coached up well.
Special teams is really important in the playoffs too.
Yeah.
Because they can win and lose you a game. Simple drop punt.
That's true.
Simple fumble on the snap. It can cost you. And my number 1 corner is Mr. Casey Hayward of the San Diego Chargers.
Respect.
And he didn't even make All-Pro.
Respect. He should have.
His partner Desmond King, who I really love.
He made it for like a punt kick.
No, he made it for corner, and he made second team All-Pro for punt return.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. And that's what Jason Verrett hurt.
That's crazy. Casey Hayward might be, like I said, I think he's I can't put anybody over Patrick just yet, but Casey is, him and Jalen, they coming.
Yeah.
They coming for Patrick's spot.
The Chargers in general, that secondary is, they going to have a corner one. They going to have what the Broncos had when they won the Super Bowl with Roby, Harris, and Talib.
Yep.
That's Verrett.
Man, they already got it. And all of them are under contract. That's the most important part.
Exactly.
All of them are under contract. So
with Derwin James back there,
that's a beast. That boy's a beast.
Man, oh man, the Chargers, Joey Bosa, Melvin Ingram.
That's true. That's true.
Man, I look forward to the Chargers defense. I really do. But Casey Hayward, my number 1. But like I said, respect to Kyle Fuller, respect to Eddie Jackson. They had excellent years too as well.
Yeah.
At corner. The corner is just an interesting position. It changes every year for the 5, honestly, because it's just hard to maintain that consistency at corner.
The only one I didn't have on my top 5 from last year was I probably had AJ at number 5. Bouye.
Oh yeah, he fell off.
He had a bad year.
He had a god awful year. That's kind of I wouldn't say it's similar to what Nnamdi Asomugha went, because he literally went from like potentially number 1 to like
Out of the league.
Like to bottom 5.
My guy was on the dream team.
That was a super drop. Philly hate him to this day. I don't think Philly fans even
Paid too much money for him.
Yeah, for him to fall off like that. But shout out to him.
All right, let's get to these safeties.
Oh, we both got the same number 1. That's off the rip.
Oh, yeah, that's not the. I got just because I like how he played. I like how Keanu O'Neal played.
Mm-hmm.
He's number 5 for me. Derwin James is 4, and it's crazy. It'll probably be higher than that next year.
Next year, absolutely.
He's a rookie, so.
Absolutely, yeah.
Landon Collins, always consistent, always tackling, the leader of that defense for the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, the guy who I really feel doesn't get the credit he deserves because he usually get hurt. This has been his first full year, and I don't want to jinx him. Tyrann Mathieu, the honey badger. The man he can do anything you ask him to do on that field. Linebacker,
Right. Playing in the box, yep.
everything.
Is he a free agent this year too?
Yeah, but they gonna resign him.
They might franchise tag.
Probably
Yeah.
franchise tag him, yeah. So they can sign Clowney because Clowney is a free agent too.
Yeah.
And at number 1, Jamal Adams.
The only good thing on the Jets other than Williams.
Jamal Adams, without question.
Facts. You get no argument for me on number 1. I love me some Jamal Adams from LSU.
Yep.
What happened to Calvin Pryor though? His partner. Did he get hurt
He
this
got
year?
hurt this year, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because they've been talking about him as a bust. So I don't.
He's been hurt a lot.
Yeah. So my number 5, I got Micah Hyde from the Bills.
Yep.
An honorable mention too. I was going back and forth with Hyde was Harrison Smith, with the Vikings. I like his game. I just don't.
He's consistent.
I just don't know what the hell went wrong with the Vikings this year. Like
I'm trying to tell you, the defense was good still.
they had it in their hands.
Defense was good still. It wasn't the defense. It was
Offense.
offense. Kirk Cousins. They had to fire their offensive coordinator because of him.
Damn.
Still didn't work. All they had to do was win the last game of the year. And the Bears weren't even playing hard. They ain't had nothing to play for. They already was third seed.
3 seed.
Like, come on.
Dang.
This man is 5-25 against teams over 500.
That's crazy.
He get all his wins from teams that ain't supposed to win.
Right.
And y'all overpay him. Minnesota. Damn donkey.
I got Keanu O'Neal at number 4. Hopefully he comes back from his ACL injury.
Yeah.
I think that was a weird injury because I think he heard it on
Yeah.
he heard it on one play and he came back and then it was just it was obliterated the next play. So
Do it.
I look forward to him. I think he's gonna win comeback player of the year next year. 3, I got Tyrann Mathieu. Love me some Tyrann Mathieu. 2, I got Landon Collins. Just for the sole fact that that Giants defense is really interesting because they spend a lot of money on that defense. Olivier Vernon. Yeah.
I got my guy from Georgia in them. Ogletree.
Yeah, Janoris Jenkins.
Yep.
Just a lot of money that was spent on that side of the football, and he's still the best piece on their team to me. Or well,
on defense.
on defensive side, yeah. Bark was the best on their team. And number 1, Jamal Adams. Easy. Best in the running for one of the better defensive players. He's in my top 10 for defensive players.
His impact on the game is
Tremendous. It's just unfortunate with Todd. Yeah, Todd just gonna be a really good defensive coordinator. Just wasn't the right.
Yeah, not in New York.
Right.
And it's tough to be a good coach in New York.
When your livelihood is put in the hands of Sam Darnold, he's most likely gonna turn it over. So
and Todd just his demeanor. He doesn't talk that much. Like, you got to be able to at least relay a message or two.
Right. You got to communicate.
You got to talk to your players.
Right.
So I think he'll be best served as a defense coordinator. It won't be his last job.
Oh, no. Hell no. All these coaches that got fired, most likely they're going to be coordinators. The only person who's going to be a head coach immediately again is Mike McCarthy. Let's get into these awards right quick.
MVP.
Offensive MVP?
Yeah, offensive MVP.
Oh, Patrick Mahomes.
Easily.
50 touchdowns is a match.
Defensive MVP, Aaron
Donald off the rip.
Offensive Rookie of the Year, Saquon.
I would give some votes to Quentin Nelson.
Yeah.
And I give some because you can't give votes to Baker Mayfield and not give votes to Lamar Jackson.
They're gonna be second, third.
They're literally hand in hand. I don't even think they should be second and third. I think Quentin Nelson should be second.
Damn near first. He made the biggest impact. If we're gonna keep towards wins.
If we're gonna keep it real,
yeah.
Quentin Nelson probably was number one.
Number one.
But Barkley, for the sole purpose that he was the New York Football Giants this year.
That's true.
Yeah, and then Defensive Rookie of the Year. I wouldn't say it wasn't close, but
Jay wasn't close.
Derwin was close.
Oh, for Derwin, yeah. I thought
close.
you was making a case for Leighton ass.
Oh hell no. I fuck with Leighton though.
I do.
I fuck with Leighton,
but he ain't no Darius Leonard.
Nah, absolutely not.
Nah, Darius Leonard for Defensive Rookie.
I'll tell you this. They wouldn't have had the seasons they went to if they both went to. If Leighton was on the Colts and Darius went to the Cowboys, I don't think they would have done what they did. They both went to the right situation.
I don't know. Imagine putting Leonard by Smith. Woo. Darius Leonard and Jalen Smith.
Ooh.
Man, that they already got a good defense. Outside of the secondary.
Right. I'm not discrediting Leighton at all. I think he's a tremendous linebacker.
I think he made the all pro.
Nah, I think he missed it by a little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah, but he's one of the better.
Yeah,
he in the top 10 for line. Well, no, he on the outside looking in, but next year he might take that step. But it's definitely Darius Leonard. There shouldn't be
no question
at all. No question at all. Darius Leonard.
Coach of the Year.
I struggled. It was between Frank Wright, for the Colts, and Andy Reid. I only say Andy Reid for the sole purpose of what he did to Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and Travis Kelce.
That's a good pick.
Because the defense was bad for the Chiefs this year.
The whole year.
Which usually the Chiefs' defense was
they
historically good.
Hurt, though. They just been hurt. They got a lot of injuries.
But not D Ford.
Houston.
Not Houston. One guy made the Pro Bowl this year.
Chris Jones. Sack leader.
Chris Jones did an excellent job this year.
Had a sack in every game he played in almost.
Oh, that's crazy. That's amazing. He must have had like a half a sack in one game.
No, like a sack.
Oh, snap.
He the record holder.
But I give it to Andy Reid for the sole purpose he had the best record in the AFC.
Pick. I had three choices, but I ended up going with Frank from the Colts.
You get no debates for me here. That's a solid pick.
I had Pete Carroll, and I really ain't giving him any credit, but he changed the culture. Matt Nagy for the Bears. Like, they went from being probably, I think it was last in their division, and they first.
They finally beat the Packers.
Yeah, they should have beat them twice.
They only beat them once, right?
Yeah, they lost. They were beating them the first game of the season. Then Aaron Rodgers happened.
Right. Yeah.
The real Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. True.
So, yeah, I'm gonna go with Frank. It was. I got to
give some credit to Doug Peterson again from the Eagles too as well, because the Vikings sabotaged themselves. There's no reason the Vikings shouldn't be in the playoffs this year, but the Eagles are in, and like I said, they in.
That's the only thing that matters. Yeah. Everybody is 0-0.
It don't matter how you got there.
Everybody is 0-0 right
when you get in the playoffs. They in. So
speaking of playoffs. Let's break it down.
You gotta win a damn game first.
First round. Let's just pick our teams and the scores we think it's gonna be.
Cool. I'm down with it.
Colts, Texans,
Mr. Watson. I love him. 28-21.
I'm gonna go Texans. 28-24.
No, it's a division game. This is gonna be closer. 24-27. Kicker for the Texans. Game winner, free field goal.
Chargers, Ravens.
That was the hardest. This is going to be the hardest
out of the whole playoffs.
Yeah. For the sole purpose of Phillip Rivers and that defense on the Ravens versus, Lamar Jackson's inexperience. Because Lamar Jackson, when you think about it, Lamar Jackson's never played in a big game before.
No, not a meaningful game because he wasn't
gonna win Louisville.
Yeah.
So I'm going with the Chargers for the sole purpose that I believe Phillip Rivers is finally gonna make it to the Super Bowl this year.
Okay. I'm gonna go Chargers. 1916.
I'm gonna go Chargers. 14-10.
Well, Chargers. I think Anthony Lynn gonna adjust. You know how the Ravens want to approach stuff, so he'll change. He's a good coach. Seahawks, Cowboys.
Seahawks. I do not believe in Dak at all.
I don't.
I think Dak is a very fortunate quarterback. He just needs to perfect managing the game. If he can have a career like Alex Smith had, well, I wouldn't even go as far to say Alex Smith. Don't turn the ball over.
I was about to say he is a game manager, but he turns the ball over.
Move the ball down the field. Get first down, so you don't have to go for the big play every time. And that's what
he can't make the big pass. He can't make the big passes.
That's what Alex Smith is perfected.
Yeah.
Get the first down, move the ball down the field, finish it off.
That's true.
So Seahawks. If Seahawks were playing at home, it definitely would be no question about it. But they're playing at Jerry World, so I go with the Seahawks. 31-28.
I'm gonna go.
Dak Prescott cost them the game.
Like always. I'm gonna go Seahawks. 27-20. It'll be a close game because they're at home. They're gonna play.
Right. Defense is gonna step up.
Yeah, they're gonna play inspired. Eagles, Bears.
I'm going with the Bears for the sole purpose that Foles' ribs is messed up. If you've ever had some hurt ribs, it is hard to play with some hurt ribs.
It's hard to move with hurt ribs.
It's hard to sneeze with hurt ribs. So Bears by a big margin.
I'm gonna go. Even though they both play in the cold, like you said, the rib injury. The Eagles secondary is trash besides Malcolm Jenkins. Because everybody hurt. I think the line will play good. They'll get some pressure on Trubisky. But
Cox will play good.
But they'll still have enough. Just a little bit more. And that Bears defense is probably going to get some turnovers on Nick Foles.
Exactly, yeah.
And I think the Bears will win that one. Honestly, I think they'll win that one convincingly. I'm going to go 24-10.
I think the Bears will go 35-10.
Respect. All right.
Nah, take that back. 35-7.
35-7.
It's gonna be hard to kick field goals in the cold.
It's true.
35-7.
Texans, Chiefs.
Chiefs. They finally get over the hump. It's gonna be a shootout. They gonna be shooting at Arrowhead Stadium. So even though the Texans have a great defense, I still think the corners aren't gonna be able to hold Hill.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll happen. I think actually Sammy Watkins will actually have a good game. Is Sammy Watkins still hurt?
He playing. He gonna play.
He gonna play? Okay, so I'm going with the Chiefs. I said a shootout. I take that back. I rescind my comment. 21-24 Chiefs.
I'm gonna go Chiefs. Chiefs. 35-14.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
What we have next? We'll go Patriots, Chargers.
Ooh. Tom Brady and Phillip Rivers. It's never been a rivalry between them. It's more so Tom kicking Phillip Rivers' ass. So I think this is the year that the Chargers are able to keep Tom. They're not going to allow him to roll out. He's not going to be effective in the pocket. Ingram and Bosa. Bosa's going to be a little bit more acclimated.
Yeah.
So I'm going with the Chargers pretty convincingly, which is surprising at Gillette Stadium. So I'd go 28. Let's go 21-10 Chargers.
If it's one thing I learned over all these years of watching football, I never count out Tom and Bill. But this is the year. I don't think Tom can pull this one out of his hat.
Nah.
it's tough.
No.
They don't have any weapons. Not enough to go up against that athletic defense that the Chargers got.
Yeah.
I think this is the year that Rivers conquers his demons and he goes in and he wins. I'm picking. I wouldn't say it'll be a blowout. I'll go 28-14 Chargers.
That's fair. That's fair.
And next we got the Seahawks
And the Rams.
and the Rams. I'm going the Seahawks because I don't think they're going to lose to the Rams 3 straight times. I don't think Pete Carroll will lose to them 3 straight times.
That's gonna be hard though with like the Seahawks going through the road. They pretty much when you the 5 or 6 seed, you're going through the road. It's just you're all road games if you're trying to get to the championship for the most part.
Yeah.
I think their luck runs out against the Rams. I'd go. I think Aaron Donald is going. They're thinking about when the Falcons came in and smacked that ass last year. That's still stuck in their head, and they knew that even when they were going on that win streak in the regular season, they knew what was up. The goal was always to win in the playoffs. So I got the Rams winning, fairly convincing. I don't think Russell Wilson gets it going. They shut down Tyler Lockett. Carson is the only one who has a good game against the Rams, if that. I got them winning 32 to 20.
What did I think the Seahawks win? I don't know. The score is going to be, wow. I don't think it's going to be one of those high scoring games. So I'll go 2017 Seahawks.
2017? That's solid.
Sebastian kicks the game on the field goal. It's only right.
Yeah. I mean, they in LA, so it ain't going to be hard to kick. It's going to be warm. It shouldn't be an issue.
I'm going to go with the Seahawks. Bears, Saints.
That's going to be a good game. That is going to be a good game. If anybody can beat the Saints,
it's the Bears.
It's the Bears.
If anybody,
the Bears defense.
And if anybody in the NFC that can beat them, I think
it's the Bears
or the Rams probably. I don't think anybody else can beat them.
That's tough. I think the Bears can beat them. I think the Bears have a better chance of. It's gonna sound weird. I'm just very contradicting. I think the Bears have a better chance of beating the Saints at the Superdome. But I still think whenever the Saints do make it to the NFC Championship game, they lose to the Rams. That's weird. It don't make sense, but I'm Allen. I don't have it make sense. So,
see, I had a change of heart. Previously, I picked the Saints to go to the Super Bowl. I'm going with an upset. I think the Bears are going to get the job done. The only thing is me putting my trust in Mitchell because I know that defense can stop the Saints. They can stop them. They got the right to. They got a better defense than the Cowboys, and you see what they did to them.
Yeah.
So I think if they approach it right and they execute the game plan that they have, and Matt can be offensive.
Pressure Drew.
Man, they gonna pressure Drew. That's all they gotta do. Cause he's not a mobile quarterback.
Yeah,
you gotta make sure you gotta make sure you don't duck the ball down.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna go Bears.
Bears
17-10.
I'm still gonna stick with the Saints, only because they're playing at home and they're undefeated at home with Drew Brees and Sean Payton. Like I said, the Saints have a close to elite, if not elite. It's definitely above average defense. Cameron Jordan's an excellent defensive end. Davenport's kind of came on a little bit later. Marshawn Lattimore's a great corner.
Mm-hmm.
All around, they have a solid and consistent defense, with the exception of Eli Apple. Now, if Allen Robinson is matched up against Eli Apple, or they work Eli Apple side of the field, I'm with you 100%. The Bears will beat the Chiefs. The Saints.
They got, I can't even remember his name right now. But Williams. Look out for Javon Williams.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wide out for the Bears. They just started letting him play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for him to make a big impact.
All right. Shout out to Javon.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
Got AFC. Was it AFC West? Yeah, AFC West
championship.
national champ. No,
AFC game.
AFC championship.
Chargers Chiefs.
I got the Chargers.
This is the year. This is the year.
Yeah, this is the year for Phillip Rivers.
This is the year, and it's no slack. It's no slight to Patrick Mahomes because he's gonna be there.
Yeah,
for a
consistently.
while.
Yeah.
For a while.
The Chiefs got a good one.
For a while, but I think this is the year that the Chargers get over the hump, and that defense is gonna show up, and I think Phillip Rivers is not gonna turn the ball over, and the Williams brothers and Allen is gonna take off.
Not only for Phillip Rivers, but also for Antonio Gates.
That's true.
I'm more so of an Antonio Gates fan than Phillip Rivers.
And they got Hunter Henry
Coming
back. So,
mm-hmm.
yeah, I think this is the year. I'm going to go Chargers in a shootout, kind of like it was last time.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go 33-30 Chargers.
Damn, get out my head, bro. I'm going 33-32 as well. Chargers as well, too, in the Super Bowl. And then
we had different ones, so I'll let you go with yours first.
NFC, definitely the Rams. I just, for the sole purpose of my own ego, I want my preseason Super Bowl prediction to make it, because I for the record, if I could find it through my phone in our group chat, I had the Rams and the Chargers. I put it on everything. I had the Rams and the Chargers in the Super Bowl, and I wouldn't say nobody laughed at me, but they kind of turned up. They was like, they ain't really laugh at me, but they was like, it wouldn't be a shocker.
I had Chargers Saints.
But I had the Rams and the Chargers in all LA Super Bowl this year in Atlanta. Got some California kids coming through the dome. So I have the Rams beating the Saints. And a surprisingly low scoring game with a lot of running yards. 21-14.
It's not too surprising. Both teams can run.
Yeah.
Both teams can run.
Both teams being able to run the ball effectively.
My NFC is just all up in ashes. I got the Seahawks versus the Bears. Seahawks got to go to Chicago in that cold, cold weather. I'm picking the Bears to get all the way. All the way. Now, I could be wrong. Could be wrong.
That would be crazy if Mitchell Trubisky got a ring before Matt Ryan.
Oh, I'm not picking them to win.
Oh, you're not? Okay.
No, I think he going to get... I'm picking the Bears against the Seahawks in the NFC Championship game.
Okay, cool.
What's the score I want to go with? I think they beat the hell out of the Seahawks. I think they beat them.
Fuck you, Javon.
I think they beat the hell out of them. It's no slight, because I think the Seahawks get to the championship game. But I think it's going to be 31-10.
Damn. Jeez. So your Super Bowl matchup, you got the Bears versus the Chargers.
Yep.
I have the Rams versus the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Who you got winning? Well, you just told me.
This is the year that Phillip gets it.
If
Phillip gets his ring this year.
If he don't win it this year, he not ever gonna win one. I don't want to say that because the Chargers defense is so
That'd be
weak.
good for 2 or 3 more years.
But will Phillip Rivers be good for another 2 or 3 years is the question.
He stays solid as long as they protect him.
Right?
All you gotta do is they gotta get another lineman.
Right, they got Melvin Gordon. Take some pressure off of Rivers.
I'm going with the Chargers.
Chargers
Against the Bears. That defense is gonna be tough. It's gonna be a defensive slugfest.
Like when
it's gonna be a slugfest. Like
defense gonna score.
I think
more than the offense.
I don't even think Phillip Rivers gets MVP. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say either Derwin James or Casey Hayward make a play, or Bosa. But I wouldn't be surprised if Ingram got a fumble or something.
Yeah, scoop and scope.
I'm gonna go 14-10.
14-10?
Yeah.
I'm going with the Rams. In a surprisingly low scoring game too as well. 21-17. With the special teams play being the deciding factor. and Brandon Cooks not getting injured in the Super Bowl this year.
Just go down, Brandon. Just go down, man.
Man, I thought he was dead
I
last
thought he
year.
died too. Just go down. Like, it's not worth it. That 1 yard wasn't gonna be worth it.
Man, who hit him that year? Was it Malcolm Jenkins?
He's waiting. He turned around and
Boom! Dang, that's a solid Super Bowl. I've been hearing a lot of people saying the Bears. I know a lot of Falcons fans don't want the Cowboys here. They don't want the Saints here.
I don't want the Cowboys anywhere.
I don't want the Cowboys near any kind of Super Bowl because them fans is gonna go ballistic like it's the 90s. Them starter jackets gonna come out with all they rings that they won in the 90s.
I can't tolerate Cowboys fans.
Man, that's an interesting bunch, man. I'm telling you. But,
So to end it off, let's pick our national championship.
oh,
It's tough because everybody gonna be like, "Come on, y'all.
yeah.
Y'all know Crimson Tide gonna win," but I'm not rolling with the Tide. I believe in upsets. I wouldn't even think it would be an upset
Nah.
because they got just as much talent as Alabama got.
Yeah. That defensive line is an NFL defensive line, and then Alabama's receivers are NFL. That's our NFL receiving core right there.
That's true. I think it's gonna be a good game. Honestly,
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be close.
Honestly, I just don't. We'll learn a lot about Trevor Lawrence tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we will.
That's my only concern because I know what Tua is gonna do if you give him the opportunity.
And if he don't take the opportunity,
Hurts is right behind.
Hurts gonna take that opportunity too.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, Trevor Lawrence can make himself some money tomorrow.
That's true. Because people already think he gonna be when it's time.
Peyton Manning, but mobile.
Yeah.
I saw an article today talking about.
He's getting mentored by Peyton.
Yeah, so Trevor Lawrence can make himself some cash. He was already the
He way more mobile.
second coming into college.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I really wasn't surprised with the Kelly Bryant situation. Kelly's going to Missouri, right? No, it is Missouri, right? Yeah.
He going to Missouri.
Yeah. So I mean, I got Clemson winning.
I got Clemson winning too. I'm gonna go 23-20.
I can't trust no field goal kicker in college.
23-20.
I don't think no field goal is gonna be made. I can't trust no field goal kicker in college. I'm going 21-28 Clemson. Unfortunately, because Elliott, So I don't.
That's cool.
I think, like I said, the key is Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Because he's got a good running back. He's got good receivers.
Yeah, he definitely got good receivers.
His defense is excellent.
Yeah, it's in his hands. He just can't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
You gotta take advantage of. Because Alabama ain't gonna give him too much.
Alabama ain't gonna
advantage.
Alabama isn't gonna make mistakes.
No.
They're gonna play good, clean. I wouldn't say clean, but like
Fundamentally sound football.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then like I said, Nick Saban's already the greatest coach of all time.
Oh, easily.
So, them old days with Stan Lee. So,
shout out Stan Lee.
Excelsior. So that's solid, man. It was a great NFL season.
Yeah.
Like I said, very happy for the Colts this year, especially Darius Leonard. Happy for Saquon. Look forward to him in the future. Lamar proving the haters wrong that he can play quarterback.
Yep.
Baker did great for number one overall. A lot of expectation.
I hope Eric Berry is able to play. I want to see him play with.
Oh yeah.
In the playoffs.
I think he will.
I know they sat him out last week. So.
Yeah. So I look forward to Patrick Mahomes. I look forward to the Falcons getting their shit together in the offseason.
Cam
getting healthy.
Get healthy.
Just a lot to look forward to next year because, like I said, the NFL flips over like a pancake every season. So the only thing that doesn't change in the NFL is the Patriots winning the AFC East.
That's true.
That's about it.
The only thing.
That's about it because everybody else in that division sucks ass.
It's
So, now take it easy. Dude.